welcome. Today we'll be talking about something very interesting and something that's going to be very helpful to married couples, those that are planning to get married, those already in a serious relationship, and that is conflict resolution, learning how to fight. Yeah, sounds funny though, but yeah, when you learn how to fight, then you've um, you've gotten one of the most important recipe for a successful marriage or a successful relationship. Couples that learn how to fight well would be able to survive 100 years, 50 years, 70 years together. They would be able to have a loving marriage and a long lasting friendship. You see, conflict is always bound to happen in marriage, in relationship, where there is conflict of interest, conflict of views, conflict of so many things. But you need to learn how to handle those conflicts so that you can have a successful marriage, a successful relationship. You see, most people in the midst of conflict, they start, using all the wrong words on each other, and so many they fight ugly and they allow the devil to take advantage of those conflicts. But no, those conflicts are bound to happen. You're two different people from you know raised by different parents, probably from different tribes, have different beliefs, different background. Of course there would be conflict, but you need to learn how to resolve the conflict, how to fight well. And we're first going to look at some of the negative effects of not learning how to fight well in your relationship, not learning how to resolve conflicts between each other. Number one, you need to understand this first, that both of you, no matter how much you love each other, you claim you love each other, you would not always see things from the same perspective. You will not always do things the same. No matter how in sync you are with each other, you won't always, do things the same way, see things from the same perspective, address things the same way, but with the same force. All of these things would 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 bring what's it called? Would tend to bring conflict. Also, you're of different temperament. So you have to learn how to resolve conflict first from the place of understanding. You have to understand your partner. Are they doing this because they hate you? No, most definitely not. They're just doing it because they see life differently. And they because of their background, their upbringing and all of that, that's the reason why, this thing they have this perspective about this thing or whatever issues you're trying to resolve. Then once you've come to that understanding, then you need to learn the second thing is your partner is not the problem. Your partner is not the enemy. Based on whatever you're trying to resolve, the problem or the enemy is that thing. Then focus on that thing rather than focusing on your partner. What do I mean? Now, for example, you see couples, they have this maybe this misunderstanding. The next thing you see is you hear is someone telling the other person, oh, that's how you always behave, and this, that and that, and you're this, you're that. Mm-mm. There is no need for all of that, because one thing you need to understand is people might forget what you say to them, but they'll never forget how what you said to them made them feel. And that's the most important thing. You need to always ask yourself, this thing that I'm saying now, or I want to say because, oh, I am pained, I'm angry, and all of that, how will you make this other person feel? You need to always communicate your view or your hurt or your pain with love. Okay, I'll give you an example. Oh, babe, this thing you did yesterday really hurt me. I felt like this is how it made me feel. It made me feel this way, this way. Maybe it made me feel unseen. It made me feel less loved. It made me feel however it makes you feel. Communicate that. Oh, I know it's not your intention to make me feel this way, but I would love it if you can do things like this, like this, like this. I know as I've communicated this to you, I know you will take the right steps. You know, simple. You've communicated how, you know, you felt about what they did. And definitely, yes, listen, because now, if he or she really cares about you, they don't want you to feel in a certain way. And the next thing you hear him say is, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel like this. This was my own reasoning, and this was why I did this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll do better next time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, let's go for a bowl of ice cream. Whatever it is that, puts you guys at peace. So you need to learn how to fight rather than shouting and creating chaos and all of that. You see what that does is this, especially if you're married, and even when you're still in a serious relationship and you start behaving like that, you create a pattern, and what that pattern is going to do is it's going to build a kind of environment around your home, your family. It's your kids will never be happy in such way because now there is a chaos environment, and a chaos environment also invites spirits you don't want around your family. So these are things you need to take into consideration. Learn how to fight. Learn how to fight. Read books. Watch. You know, watch content online. Probably speak to a therapist. If you know you have anger issues, deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with those anger. There's nothing like, oh, I have anger issues. I'm someone that's that's not going to work. When I'm angry, I must say everything, sharp and all of that. It's not going to work. Point blank truth, it's not going to work because you need to learn self-control. That's why marriage is not for babies. Marriage is for people that are mature, people that are ready to, be disciplined, to be cultured, to be retrained. Because marriage is supposed to prune you. It's supposed to make you better. It's supposed to build you to the best form possible. So it's going to, you need to start dropping all those bad behaviors, or those characters you've had while you were you've had while you were growing up and all of that. A marriage is supposed to drop those things and help you become the best version of yourself. That's why a lot of people would say marriage is hard. Yes, it's hard if you're not willing to train yourself. You're not willing to change. You're not willing to compromise. You're not willing to become better. If you choose to be stagnant and this is the way I am, I'm this and that, that's the way. Yeah, that's the way they train you. That's all of that. But marriage is not about the way they train you. Marriage is about retraining yourself. Both of you retraining yourself to, become the best version of yourself for each other. It doesn't matter. You might not be the best version of yourself for somebody else, but you see, for both of you, you become the best version of yourself. You're going to train your wife to become the best version for you. Your wife is going to train you to become the best version for her. So I'm just saying this, to help us, build that perfect home, because there's a lot going on in the world, and I feel like the one way to fix, this whole problem going on in the world is fixing marriages. Once you're able to fix marriage, you're able to fix relationship. Yeah, I think you've solved 90% of the problem of this world. Yeah. So thank you very much. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, post, whatever you need to do. Yeah, to just show love and appreciate the content that's being put out every day. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely day. Bye.